Here. Okay, I guess we're back for the sake of YouTube. So welcome everyone on YouTube. This is where we're picking up. I was just describing to the stream that I've had some facepalm moments, rewatching what I've been keeping John's playthrough behind me. But I wanted to mention that this jump I was trying to make is dumb to try and make from there when you can just make it from here. There's one of our facepalm moments. I think this came out before Dawn of Sorrow. Isn't that that's the DS one, right? I was doing some research on that just out of interest, rewatching the AVGN series and stuff. Though I found out he was grossly overlooking something in the Nintendo 64 one, but which I later was like curious, and I was stuck at the show I was doing today. I shouldn't say stuck. I fucking just die. If you're gonna be this much of a pain, get out of here. I was looking up top 10 lists or whatever. Not top 10 lists. There's like the best Castlevania games. I was curious, basically. And the first one I watch puts the Nintendo 64 one at like the end and talks about how you have to pick up one thing before the other, when it wasn't even the case. So I was telling this guy was just like fanboying and using AVGN's thing as a source. So I immediately didn't watch that one. I also know there's a secret here, which is basically a ton of money. There's this, and there's probably about one more thing I want to hammer out before we move on officially. Alright, thanks, cats. Always appreciated. Yeah, I don't know. I found it interesting anyways. And I was looking into the games, and I had figured the way this game sounded and how it frankly had a kind of weird storyline, I guess, I thought at least, it's actually one of the most popular games. It seems to be that the consensus of votes on one I looked at was that this is the second best Castlevania game in existence. On that site, I guess, by votes. So I don't know, I thought it was probably, like, a good one, but not one of the better ones, because the way John talked about it, it was like, oh, it's kind of weird, this one's my favorite. It's like, I think the way he put it. But, obviously, watching a playthrough and doing a bit of a play-along here, this is the one I'm picking, and honestly, the kind of weird storyline sounded interesting to me. This one's Aria of Sorrow, there's a Dawn of Sorrow. I assume those two correlate together. This is my first Castlevania game, Cam. I don't actually know the series very well. That's why I'm doing this, hence the blind. Okay, now I've got to... I think the room I'm looking for is actually down below. There was that crate we were laughing at that I could push with my face. That's actually somewhere I want to be right now. Because now that we have the double jump, pushing that crate down below, which I didn't think of before, is something we want to do. One other thing to mention about the shop, from what I was seeing from John, was that most of the items in the shop you can actually find in the castle itself. Which is one other thing worth noting, I think, as well. One kind of good point I did hear from AVGN on, you know, his personal favorite still being Super Nintendo was that, like, a lot of these games that are Metroidvania, whatever you want to call it, I still think some people hate that term, is what I'm hearing. And if you do, I apologize, but I understand why the term's being thrown out. But most of these take place entirely in a castle, whereas Super Castlevania 4 takes place in... Have I been calling this Metroid? God, is that how tired I am? It takes place, you know, there's outdoor segments, there's graveyards, etc., etc. Now it's kind of all in a castle. So, fair point. I kind of was in a bit of ignorant bliss of that, and I kind of miss it. But I don't think it's going to bother me too much that we're in a castle setting. It is have castle in the title, and this is my first one, so nonetheless, whatever. I should mention that this one other secret I'm going for is the last one that I can think of at the moment that I missed. I'm not trying to do 100%. I'm not checking off all the boxes. Whatever. 404, internet's down, boys. And excuse my train of thoughts in this video, or 2 or 3. Depends how long. I don't know. Let me know what you guys on YouTube think of the length. It was about those first 3 episodes were one whole stream, but I split them into longer videos because generally that seems to be what I'm hearing people want. And uploading on a weekly basis basically means that kind of makes more sense to me. I'm uploading these on Saturday. Every Saturday at noon about. Hey, here we are. And yeah. They were about 40 minutes apiece, in and around there. I noticed John's were about the same. I'm not replicating that. I've been thinking about doing that anyways. Although I know I made the first episode long too. My actual formula was be like, okay, make the first one like a little taste, and then, you know, people that are going to stick around are going to stick around for the length of time. Whatever. Broadsword. Worth it, I guess. Actually, hang on. Let's go check these walls. I don't think so, but I should also be attacking these at 3 points of origin at least. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the length of the videos as far as YouTube goes. I know for stream you're going even longer if you're here for the whole thing, I guess. Put an asterisk on that. But, you know, I don't know. Just curious if nothing else. I kind of like the length. It's not going to be a long numbered series, but I mean, hey, as long as I get one done without having delays, that'll be lovely. I'm not holding myself to that by any means. I'm not holding myself to finishing this, but I think it's likely from what I've played so far that I'm going to. I am really enjoying my time so far, so I can't see too many problems there. And speaking of real life, I just did finish one of the 2 plays that I was being dumbass and overlapping them again, but kind of want to qualify that with the fact that I still love what I do, so I always said I wouldn't overlap again, or at least I'm saying that now. But, you know, they were overlapping for like a week. It's not a huge deal. I also signed up for an audition immediately after the next one is done, but it's kind of more just like keep myself in practice of it. I don't expect to get that one, and if I do, then I'll make it work. It's like a comedy. I think it's a Canadian written play as well in that case. We're also going to get ourselves up to the teleporter room again. I think it's a Canadian written play. It's a comedy. It's small cast. It's unlikely I'll be in it, but why not try? Like I said, if it happens, I'll make it work. If not, I am in one right now. I just did one. Just finished tonight. That's why it's 11 p.m. right now and I'm home. But such is life. Such is life. Yeah, let's go this way. Because we can. As long as we jump, jump, bam. There we go. Swear to God, I forget about my abilities far too often in this, but... Okay, bye. I think my candidate for worst enemy so far is these guys. They're kind of a pain because they don't stop coming, and they won't stop coming until they hit the ground running. But, you know, regardless of that, they're just kind of a nuisance. Oh my God, those things kind of too, just because they don't die that I know of right now. I think even John was commenting on that. God, I'm going to be talking about that a lot. I guess such is life when I'm kind of watching that at the same time. But, yeah, I don't think those things die, so they're kind of a pain as well. I notice crouching holds a lot of weight as far as how good it is to do something, say. Crouching is pretty good with most enemies, it seems like. He was also mentioning, and I should qualify, where, hey, there we am. There we go. He was trying to get that at very soul sets, which replaces Ghost Dancer, Skeleton Knight. Strength is increased by 4 versus luck. Luck's obviously apparently being heavily emphasized in his playthrough. This is basically just like having a game guide, but just gotta drink water there. I probably will be talking about it quite a bit just because it is pretty relevant. Okay, so we do have some other things we should be maybe using here, but nothing is outdoing cats at the moment, especially in humor. Let's be honest here. Alright. Everybody that I've told I'm playing this game is like, I just want to go back to that point quickly. How excited, like, a lot of people are seeming to be. If any of you are here, welcome as well. Yeah, this does seem to be a wildly popular game. I do remember hearing the title thrown around, but I'm kind of dumb where I have to decide I want to get into something, and it just kind of happens. A lot of times you can throw around hype for literally any sort of media, and I can literally let it swoop over my head because I could just give a shit at the time. So I'm pretty sure I heard the name Aria of Sorrow a number of times back in the day. In fact, I know I have. But it just took enough for me to want to play it myself, and here we are. People sure do seem to enjoy this one. And, like, I have to admit there is a bit of disappointment, and you guys can comment on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you happen to be as well, but I don't think this is where we want to be. There's nothing we can do here at the moment. Actually, I think I'm... No, I did check that. Okay. Apologize if I'm double taking any of these areas. It's gonna happen. I'm also gonna forget my train of thoughts when I freaking lose my train of thoughts like that. Right, there's a lot of these games going around. It seemed like the way AVGN put it. God, I'm gonna be referencing... It feels like I'm almost fanboying at this point, referencing these things. But these are the sources I have to go on at the moment. Are literally two people's opinions, as well as some of my friends. Hey, Classic Gamer, long time no see. I don't know if you played this either. I remember you were a big fan of the NES once, but that's about all I remember. I also remember you didn't move on past the Super Nintendo back last time we spoke, but we'll see. If you played this, then hey. This is more the Metroidvania style. It's probably not a preference to you, or maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, but there's a lot of these games going around. The way he stated it is that a lot of the console ones tried to experiment in 3D. A lot of the ones after Symphony of the Night on Attack Cats also. So overpowered. Oh, a couple other things I should... You know what? Finish my train of thought for a second. So all the ones going on the consoles were kind of like experimenting with 3D and stuff ever since the 64, yet all the kind of GBA ones / DS ones were kind of jumping into the kind of Symphony of the Night kind of style with this whole you're in one castle kind of theme with an with a lot of RPG elements, which I'm a fan of. It's all I've played so far, really, other than a little bit of the original, like I mentioned, but honestly, I didn't grow up too much with the NES, and I'm not quite bred for the tough as nails difficulty a lot of times, so I don't think I quite have the patience there. Honestly, like, maybe with the save state run, I know that's lame, but I could give a shit if things are lame. I just want to have fun. That's really what it's all about, just having a chill time, having a fun time. But yes, a couple things to mention in the menu here. Okay, so it wasn't control, it's intellect. And intellect has to do with how, I think John mentioned it has to do with how much damage your kind of special abilities are doing, your up B abilities. And constitution, is that it? I think that also relates to defense somehow, or it is defense, I think, in its own right. I might have to qualify that one as well in a further playthrough. Once again, 2 episodes into his playthrough, so my current game guide is behind where I am at this point in time, and has been for pretty much most of the point of this series past the half-hour point. I should mention that he also got done a lot quicker than I did with a lot of things. Hello. Oh, a couple of other things to qualify that I learned from doing that. I guess I hadn't quite run into the issue yet, but Curse, I think... Yeah, Curse removes all of your green bar there, your MP, basically. So my ability to use Attack Cats will go away if I get Cursed. There is items, not that I think I have them, but they will take those off. I think it's something that's Uncursed Potion, so there's going to be that. But there's also a soul set, I think, that does that. A couple other things that I should mention that I kind of noticed on my own, and John nodded to them, but I think this goes a couple of facts. My buddy Cyrus is playing Symphony of the Night on the Saturn a while ago, and I was watching him, and he was calling Alucard, like with an R. I think that's one of those correct pronunciation things not a lot of us use. Which also is referenced when we were talking to the witch lady earlier. Jesus. That was talking about how Arikado is in the castle. It's supposed to be like wink wink nudge nudge. This is probably going to be Alucard. I think's what I'm getting out of all these sources of information that are coming my way. Played a lot of Dawn of Sorrow on the DS. I should also qualify, I was noticing, in watching my YouTube. When I'm rereading a comment, I tend to read in a different tone, but I'll try and qualify from reading a comment. I played a lot of Dawn and Sorrow on the DS. It was also really good, in my opinion. It was a sequel to this game. His name is spelled Arikado in this game. Okay. Maybe, are you saying that Aricato is the official, like, translation and Alucard was not correct? I doubt it. I mean, like, I doubt you're saying that, because Alucard just is Dracula backwards. Dance Hall? Interesting. Oh, right, this is where we have map section 2. We also have some unexplored areas from map section 1 there. Yeah, okay, I didn't think you were saying that. As soon as I said it, I was like, wait a second. Hello, speaking of which. Another strange person! Strange, I sense a dark power within you. Who are you? And I think the reason they're talking about dark power is the fact that this dude's just straight... Somakurs, that is, just straight up absorbing souls from all these enemies and stuff. Why is that happening? I have my theory. I think my theory's right. I don't know if I'm going to share it. In a second, at least. Manners, sir! His name is literally just Jay, not to be confused with J-A-Y. Are you a criminal? No, I have amnesia. RPG trope. Jesus. Accident in 1990. Wasn't 1999 the last time that Dracula was around or something in the lore? Name's Soma. Your dark power. Were you born with it? That's what I love about this story. Somakurs is just friggin' thrown into this bizarre situation where a castle emerges from the moon's eclipse. And it's just like absorbing monster souls. I don't think I quite took in how absurd that is to its fullest extent, but I love it. Something about it's so charming to me, but just so ridiculous. I see. I guess I was mistaken. Mr. J, why have you come to this castle? How are all these people getting in the frickin' eclipse anyways? He's just cool with it. Yeah, I agree. Lonergan. I came here because of the prophecy. I also thought my memory might return. In fact, since my arrival, I felt like my memory is returning. You think? Y2K, man, I'm telling you. We're not that many years short of that at this point. 2003. Which means they also made one of these every year for the GBA, apparently. For a few years. Huh. Yes. This castle is becoming somewhat of a village, apparently. I do love how absurd John pointed out as well. It's kind of like, good, I'm not alone in these thoughts. He points out how stupid and hilarious it is that the random soldier dude's just like, yeah, I'm just going to set up shop in this place. We're going to have a great business. It's like, who's your customer base? It's literally Somakurs. But I'm not complaining. As neither was he, I believe. What I was going to say much earlier is that I'm almost disappointed in a way to find out this is one of the favorites. Only reason being that, like, I'm enjoying this quite a bit, right? I would hope, ooh, level up, that, like, that I would be able to play through some of the other ones on the GBA in particular and, you know, find them even better so. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that weapon up there. There's a couple of weapons that I wouldn't mind having that John has at the moment. Not too much. Okay, there was a way down there. Let's go investigate this first. Let's work our way up, I guess, or down then up. Sure. Okay, rat trapped in a maze. Oh, wonderful. Killer doll. Oh, God. I think he was also mentioning something about a doll that's better. I think it was like a yellow one or something. Or a light doll. To keep my eyes out for that. Go, kitty! This is never gonna get old. Oh, whoa, dude. We fought... Oh, God, we did not fight him, and wasn't even his final form. Okay, I promise I will get better at ducking throughout this playthrough. Also, my dash. My dash. One thing AVGN mentioned about Symphony of the Night. Didn't understand why the dash existed, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, considering what I've gone through personally, isn't it for dodging? Oh, okay, hello. Whoa! Oh, okay, he's giving me the boot. He's giving me the boot. Whoa, whoa, okay, go. Go, kitty. Alright, I was kind of getting worried about how many hits that guys might take. Item use. Potion. Let's get ourselves up to snuff here. We'll probably have a save point. I'm gonna shoot myself a bit if we do, but I have no way of knowing. Sue me. Sue me. Shoot bullets through me. I always think of that frickin' song from That's Guys and Dolls. This is my theater knowledge paying off. Go, kitty! Alright. Ooh. Oh, okay, I thought he dropped a soul for a second. I think a lot of the enemies have souls you can get at least, and we do have a pretty good luck count now, which I'm doing by guidance of my Lord and Savior, Proton John. I'm just gonna start calling him that, because I'm gonna be apparently talking about him as much. If this was YouTube, I could do a counter on how many times I frickin' mentioned his name. I can tell you one thing, it's more than any other series I've ever done. Go, kitties! Nope. I don't have cats. Bye! And yeah, it's definitely, for people wondering, at this point in time, I'm very interested in checking out the other games. But that is at this point in time. Like I said, we could still... I'm also weird, and my taste in genres change pretty much by the month, so... That kind of tends to be why things don't get finished sometimes, too, but... You know, at some point in time, I would like to visit the other ones. I did not realize there's so many games. I do have a Super Nintendo Classic. Super Castlevania 4 is also on my list, probably, but... I'm kind of expecting more difficulty out of something from 1991, opposed to something out of 2003. And I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to that, but whatever. But I guess that's kind of my fear with that one. Also, it's easier for me to record this than it is the SNES Classic right now. But, for those of you that have been around me long enough and have heard my capture card complaints since literally 2014, did I have that diamond going from? I have borrowed, / maybe perma-borrowed Alex's Hapog 2.0, I think, HD PVR. So, recording literally everything on consoles is not as much of a pain, but streaming is still a time delay, which I haven't quite figured out through OBS since they've removed the feature, and it's probably something stupid I'm missing because I'm not good at observing shit. But for now, I don't see anything. Can I? Thank you. I actually just want to get by him. I don't want to deal with him again. Go, kitty! Alright, I'll take it. But yeah, I'm looking into OBS Labs, or what is that? Streamlabs OBS. Just, I decided to say no to it for this series, because I told people I was going to start at 9:30, and we kind of hit 9:35, and I still hadn't quite figured out what I was doing, so I just decided to stick with what I know for one more series at least. I don't know, maybe we'll have it up and running for this series as well at some point, but time is a virtue, and time is not a thing I have a great deal amount of. I think John also mentioned there's a completion amount to doing a lot of these things, so some of the items I had missed, actually, when I think about it. One of those other vertical rooms. I think it's up on the top right there. Has a couple of potion-looking things that I'm able to get now. So there was one other thing, at least that I can think of right now, that I had missed in my first go-around. This looks different. Evil Butcher. God. Nothing like the dude in Resident Evil 4. Fuck, I need to play through that completely at some point, too. If you notice the theme of me not finishing games, it's because I don't. Plain and simple. I'm pretty friggin' bad at it, actually. If the game's over 20 hours, it's unlikely. Doesn't matter how much I like it. There's some exceptions. If they're absolutely goddamn exceptional and their stories are amazing, a la Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, it's usually completed in a vacation of Christmas or something, and I frickin' adore that game. I've wanted to do it as well, but I don't think its style suits commentary nearly as well, or I would struggle. But who knows? Its sequel is also even... I don't know if I want to say it's more interesting to me than that one or not. Spoiled Milk? The hell? Expired 3 years ago. So, here's my question. In a castle that's emerging 2038 and last existed in 1999, would it not still exist in some form or other throughout those almost 40 years? And Where are these cows coming from in 2035? There is no cow level. Just saying. Not when you're... Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of clue I'm not in on here. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm in on the clue I'll explain here that I forgot to explain. I said my mind's gonna be stupid right now. I think that's a boss room also. But it seems to be that this is a hip and happening place, and I'm just, I'm not aware of it. My theory, and I think I'm right in this. And I think, you know, yes, I've watched a video where John's mentioned it as well. Just kind of just furthered my belief on it. I'm pretty sure Soma's, and don't confirm in the comments. I don't want to see it. I want to find out organically still. I always like to have my theories. I'm pretty sure Soma's some sort of dark vampire of himself. Yes, I pronounced that weird, because I'm weird. Why else would he be absorbing souls? Avocado? Alucard? What exactly Soma Cruz would be? I don't know. Hello. Oh. Okay, there we go. That's better, cat. Yes, yes. Hit for multiple hits. Oh, hello, Rockman. Go, my kitties! Let's see here. Item. Find out. Sure. Get another cat out of that. Alright, let's try and pay better attention to attack patterns. Ooh, our long reach is going to be splendid here. I think we have to attack him in the knees here. I don't know if attacking him in the fist is going to do much good there. Oh, lordy. Wait, actually, if we get near his feet... Oh, he's lowering down. Oh, hello. But for the most part... Hey, okay. Other than that, right there, he doesn't seem to have many low attacks. I think even John was mentioning how absurd... God, I gotta stop talking about... I sound like such a fanboy. It's just one of those things where I literally hadn't watched the guy in years. Except for maybe a stream... A segment of a stream here if I saw him playing some game I liked. When I had free time, which is never. And I just felt like I said, I was done with TV shows for a bit. And I just wanted to watch Let's Play randomly. And I was like, oh, let's watch some John. It's been a friggin' while, man. Anyways. I'm a fan. But regardless, alright, that was one of the easier ones, I feel like. Regardless, we have 452 health. That's probably from one of our level ups. Hello? Skeleton Blaze. Yeah, this is the... Yep, okay, so this is how we're gonna get some of those lower ability things. I think I should look at the rest of map 2 for the moment, and go back to some map 1 areas and see if we can't just do some sort of completionism. And we'll see where it goes from there. We'll probably find out some more things about our Soma Cruz man here. We'll see if our theories are right. Our theories that I'm pretty sure are already confirmed quite a bit. I had to brush over a little description of the game when I was reading the top Castlevania games list once again while kind of bored in the booth calling a show for stage management. I should qualify that this was at a time, several times, that there's a long wait for me just not really to be doing anything. Because it's like 10-minute monologues and then the only sound or lighting cues are between those. So that's kind of why I had time to do this stuff and I needed something to do. Of course I watched the show, I watch it on the opening and closing night, I just don't need to do it 5 times, and I still catch what audible parts of it I can, obviously, all the time, and I like to watch opening and closing night. And my actors did a good job. I'm proud. I'm a proud father. Of my little actors that are all older than me. Actually, wait. No, that's not true. All but one. Which is like 2 years younger than me, so whatever. Barely matters. Barely matters anyways. Level up. Level 13! Speaking of that actor, one of her lines is, I laugh when people said 13 was an unlucky number. Because her birthday was on the 13th or something, and some asshole father-in-law left her life on their birthday. I don't know. Yes, I know the play. Haha. Can we... Oh. We have to slide our way out of there. Do our baseball slide. Huh! It's also nice to know you can actually kill most projectiles, at least. I should be checking some of these walls on the left. Just while I'm here. I'll go check this one quick, now that I'm thinking of it. I don't know if checking multiple spots on the wall is necessary, but I've been seeing it done by thou who shalt not be named. And I'm believing that it might be a fair tactic. I should have checked the wall in that bottom left room. Oh well. We're not trying to, we're trying to completionism, but I'm not holding myself to it. We're gonna do what's absolutely convenient, whatever. Go, kitties! Huh! Die, sir! You don't belong in this world. Huh! For once, the reference is kind of accurate to the game I'm playing. Would you look at that, folks? A nice little giveaway. And apparently there is an item you can get. One second, to fix my headset. I've actually been wearing headsets all day, speaking of theater. But, like, looking at the map, it's a really good indicator of basically where these secrets might be. I wasn't expecting that one in the roof, albeit, but at this point, yeah, like, I don't know. They're not going to place a room when a room already exists, so I was kind of like, I don't feel like it's incredibly necessary to have some sort of secret giveaway item, especially when it's taking up a slot that can be filled with, I believe, cats. And how can I turn that down? Just saying. I'm not sure if it is that one in particular. It might be one of the ones that stay with you. Okay, hello. Thanks for making me think you're an item I could have. Whoa. Why is there a body coming out of that? Bye? Alright, bye. Double check. Yeah, okay, so if there's anything, it's on the left here. Oh, you can strike low. Damn it. Alright. No, nothing. The floor is kind of cracked there, but no, cats would have revealed it. It's probably just cracked floor everywhere, and I'm just noticing it now. Oh, really? Huh. Might be worth our time to actually go check map 1 stuff out now then, but we're so close to being done map 2 stuff. And really, I think I was anticipating a much longer game than I'm getting here. And isn't that rare? Anyone that's watched my last 2 series. Right? Just saying. How many times am I like, oh, I'm probably pretty close to like halfway down the Super Metroid, and people are like, yeah, you haven't scraped the surface. And to be honest, back in those times too, it's like I knew I was running out of free time. So that's kind of where some, like, I don't want to say hostility, but like some panic with a lot of my series has come from when I'm running out of time or whatever. Which is kind of why I want to leave this channel as a stream thing now. Because it's one thing to get the streams done, but to not have to edit is actually kind of a beautiful thing. And I can do seamless commentary pretty well. Not that I have to, by any means. And there may come times I don't. I'm just not comfortable not doing seamless commentary. It's always what I was most entertained by and always what I wanted to strive for. And what I feel for a large portion, I've very much succeeded at, in fact. Yeah, okay, I was going to say there's probably a save room. I guess if you say no to these as well, you're going to gain everything back up. So far, so not so grindy, also. Which is definitely a good thing. I'm honestly, like, I'm probably more on the grinding train than most people, honestly. At least I certainly was in my younger years. It was kind of just always the thing for me, where I couldn't understand, and albeit I played a lot of translated and basic, frankly, ones like Final Fantasy VII. Ooh! Thanks, cats. Where I was just like, oh, if an RPG's hard, literally all you have to do is do some grinding. Boom. Not hard anymore. It's not exactly the case always. Samurai armor. Let's see. Real body. Our constitution goes down with armor. Interesting. Our attack and defense and strength are all up. I think I'm going to give those stats a nod for once. Yeah, I think so. Do we have any more hidden walls? Oh, I've not been bad. No, I'm not done bad at finding secrets. I was also confirmed in the fact that this does have a New Game Plus. Alright, cool. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I just need to take this guy out before he strikes me. I don't need to be struck back in there. Ooh. Alright, well, I guess we're not investigating... Oh, Jesus. Yes, I'm going to be horrible at observing stuff. I'm going to keep reiterating this because it's true. Waiter skeleton? What the hell? Really? Dude, I'm telling you, there's some sort of lucrative business going on in this castle. I think that's the grand reveal. And the reason that people think it's their favorite game still is that they also decided for once to like stupid, hilarious shit like that, like myself. Am I warm? Am I warm? Don't actually tell me. I mean, I'm not being serious. That is not a thing that's happening. I severely doubt, but wouldn't it be funny if it's just like, yeah, man, you've been summoned here. Oh, also, these dudes can petrify you, and I just was fortunate enough to cat them up enough and stuff to never have it happen. Ooh, speaking of which, Cataplepas breathes a petrifying cloud into the air. Yes, I've seen this. And you can petrify things with it, obviously. Ooh, we might actually be able to get the... I hear that the Flea Man spirits are really good. Also, on the note of whipping candles, I guess this angry review on the angry reviewer was also pointing out, how dare James Rolfe not know that candles are holding the souls of the damned, and that's why they hold items. It's things like that where I'm like, okay, critique's fair, but don't fanboy the shit out of stuff. I mean, really. James is just trying to make it funny, alright? And who knows what, like, God, I don't... Some people, like, remember the names of every enemy in every game. And I've never been one for that. I just like kind of remembering their names myself. And like what I mean by that is like by giving them my own stupid names. And that's just kind of what I do. But yeah, some people are like know all the names of the Final Fantasy things. And I mean, I start to pick them up here and there and I'll use the correct names, but like for right now, it's just like, well, like some of them are literally going to be able to call them anyways. Look, it's a zombie waiter. Ha ha ha. So funny. How can we... Ha! Ha! We're just here. All in all, I guess what I'm trying to say about myself, for those that are new, is that I'm just here to have a chill time, play some video games that I'm hopefully enjoying, and that is such the case so far. My English is also gooder, but such is also 11 p.m. things. Bye. Hello? Get him, cats. Bonus points if you get the dragon, dude. The bone dragon. Quetzalcoatl? Is that... Okay. I always did like that name for Final Fantasy VIII. From what little Final Fantasy VIII I've played. Bye! How are you supposed to operate that when you don't have any hands? Or body. Oh, other thing I should mention. That's a funny... Hold up! Soma Cruz's belt looks like a smiley face. Again, this was pointed out to me. I probably wouldn't have noticed it. I think generally you're looking ahead of where you're going and not necessarily at yourself. Like a racing game. This is the best, or driving in general, I guess. I think I was talking about that one of the last few episodes, and I really don't want to reiterate it because I sound stupid as shit saying it because I can't explain what I'm trying to get across. Those kind of enemies are exactly why I like the range. Ooh, this is actually an undiscovered world yet. Haha! I'm going to kill you. Is this like, I guess I can't really say for sure, but is this where the kind of appeal of Dark Souls kind of games comes in? Cause like, I'm almost getting that kind of vibe from it, minus the difficulty. Just in the sense of like, it's a 2D version of attacking and dodging in kind of castle-y areas. Am I horribly off the mark with that? I know people have wanted me to play Dark Souls, but as we know, I'm not a patient man when it comes to video games sometimes. When it comes to difficulty, yeah, I can do better. I know I can, but mostly I just stay away from intense difficulty. So, bit of self-guidance there as well as knowing better.